Hello, good morning. Today I will be sharing a presentation on two designers, one hill, designed by man, undone by nature. So, all the disasters that are happening in Himachal, the floods, the landslides, the soil slips, and all the things during this season that is happening. So, we are talking about this. So, one of the designers is an architect, and the other designer in hills is, especially in Himalayas, is water. If you don't respect the second, the first will collapse. So let's see what is happening.
गई भगवान कितना बदल गया इंसान कितना बदल गया इंसान जंगल काटना बनाया धंधा आदमी हुआ लालच में अंधा कहीं खुदाई कहीं है कटाई होती इसे मोटी कमाई नदी रास्ते बसाई कॉलोनी अब तो तय है आपदा होनी जब गिरते पहाड़ तो कहते भाग्य का यही है विधान कितना बदल गया इंसान कितना बदल गया इंसान कितना बदल गया इंसान कितना बदल गया इंसान
Right. So this is how we are experiencing the response of the nature in Himachal. Houses are falling, hills are falling, landslides are happening, people are dying, huge disaster. But the cause is why? Because highways are developing, forests are being cut, buildings over buildings, commercial projects, activities, all on the name of development. But what's the solution? So the solution is very simple. We have to stop planning by our mind. We have to stop planning by just space planning, understanding how to maximize the space for the human beings. We have to start planning that I call as planning begins with water. How watershed first design prevents disaster in the Himalayas. Here I am presenting a three-step FST process based upon internationally proven principles of low impact development applied in Himalayan ecosystem for the first time. This is Gaurav Raja, chartered engineer and awardee of Young Engineers Award in Environment Division, representing our startup, the Ridge Environment Consultants. So we have to understand that trees are not trees. They are connected through a wide ecosystem or a network, secret internet network, what I call WWW or World Wood Web. If we break the hills, break the mud, this network gets broken. We don't need to do that. We have to prevent that because that's a recipe for disaster. This is a photo of Shimla catchment. These hills are not just hills; these are nervous system, and in the nervous system, water flows. And once we do unplanned development, the water channels break down, and the water channels breakdown causes us to have disasters. And this is the central ridge line, center highest point of Shimla. If we drop water on the left side, that water will go to Satluj River. If you drop water on the right side, it will eventually go to Yamuna River. That is the beauty of the system. So one of the wrong understandings that we have currently is drainage means to throw water out. So we have had a wrong understanding past 20, 30 years. When we develop our houses, we develop our highways, just take water and throw it out. Just take water and throw it out through a drain. Biggest drain, smallest drain, our sewerage water, just drain it out. That's a wrong thing. You are just not solving the problem. You are just giving the problem to someone else. It in fact multiplies it. We have to learn to manage this risk, take water as a friend, and we have to stop this wrong understanding when we are developing even a small thing like a staircase. If we wrongly develop a staircase, it can cause massive problems. Small things, how natural good drainage system is being destroyed for wrong things. So small small mistakes are causing big consequences. The second wrong understanding is some people say, okay, when I develop, I just cut the full hill, make the land flat, and then develop. That's a wrong approach as far as water is concerned. Because flattening destroys the stability, soil, and natural water balance. You can fight the hill or work with it. One survives, the other collapses in disaster. So, because in the end, we are just relying on what? We are just relying on cement, retaining walls, iron, and steel to retain the same. But question is, isn't there a different model or development? Yes, there is. But we have to first change our outlook on this thing. That flattening the hills is the easiest way to construct. So if you do that, it causes water overflow, soil erosion, runoff, and it causes another several of the other problems in the area. So the first big idea that I want to present, that the first master planner here is not anyone, not the government, not the private. The water is the master planner, master designer. We have to listen to water. And by saying that we have to listen to water, I mean we have to listen to watersheds. Watersheds are nature's natural zoning system. We have to define our development according to watersheds, how the natural drainage flows from top to bottom. This is an example how we have to identify the natural drainage, that it is flowing from top to bottom. And according to this drain, we have to plan where to build a road, where to build a house. If we have to build a bridge here, if we have to reduce the size of the house, say number of rooms or number size of the road, we have to do it here, increase it where. So the planning has not to be driven by our project, but planning has to be zoned out and according to the natural water drainage. The second big idea that I want to create is neglect creates disasters. Thousands of crores of money has lost in this natural disaster what Himachal is experiencing. So, soil erosion, flood damage, soil ecosystem, cost saving. So managing disasters is just not about environment, it's about saving costs, saving lives. Ignoring drainage is a human negligence. So we present here a very simple process. It's a three-step process: flow, slow, use. So I say flow, slow and spread, and use. One, two, three. So it's a concept of low impact development applied in Himalayan ecosystem. So first concept is flow. Don't obstruct the flow of water. Let it flow in the natural way. Don't just concretize it and say you flow in this way. No, water will not listen to you. Understand how the water behaves. Let it flow in the way it is. Now we have to do our development. Try to slow its speed, spread it out, and try to use it maybe for recycling, maybe to recharge, maybe for ecosystem, and plan our infrastructure around it. So that's a simple process that can be applied. The framework is very simple. As we are developing, concrete surfaces are developing, we have to have proper flow control and proper treatment naturally. Naturally, that's a very critical word. So nature based solutions, and that will be a best solution for Himachal Pradesh. One of the wrong urban planning approaches are that we just cut the mountains to make roads and highways, but if we plan according to waterways, we have watershed first approach, which blends resilience. It's not something that we are anyone has to take it on its thing, that architect comes first, engineer comes first. It's not about that. It's about we all work as a team. Every individual works as a team, and the king here is water. The water is the designer as far as Himalayan ecosystem is concerned. And the fact is, most of the rivers originate from northern rivers, Himachal, Uttarakhand, Jammu. So water is definitely the king. It sustains the life here. So the wake up call is very simple. When drainage is skipped, roads are lost, reputation is damaged. So wake up call has to be taken with reality, and necessary steps have to be taken. But there's a possibility, there's a hope. And the hope is low impact development, or LID, that we have to manage the initial risk, we have to implement the LID through nature based solutions, and the safe outcome will be achieved. So this is how you incorporate, you add on the natural drainage channels to the overall infrastructure or to the overall land area. And around this land area, you actually able to develop your land in a particular way. So the call to action is very simple, that transform Himachal together. We have to join hand together. We have to start a watershed first design approach, assess the water flow before design, implement our current project, and go ahead with it. And we have to make profitable water conscious construction. That is important. Profitable water conscious construction. Just don't take water and plan to throw it. So let's start why one today. And safe building starts from a conversation, and we have to stop the wrong practice of dumping the mud down, destroying the natural watersheds, and go step by step. So idea is plan water first, save crores in risk by using correct water system, and future proof your project. So yes, contact me for any requirements. The thing is, I'm here to serve the society because I've understood that the secret of survival is once we consider the nature as the master designer, master architect, master teacher, and a nature, at least in Himalayan ecosystem, if we consider water as the best designer, as the primary principal designer of a thing, and arrange our projects around that, there can be no better sustainability. Financial sustainability, commercial sustainability, environmental sustainability, disaster sustainability. Yes, there will be things which will be outside our control, like climate change, global warming, but there are things that are inside our control. And this is one of the things that are inside our control, because we have to stop thinking that only cement is the way to solve the problem. Cement is definitely a tool, but it is not the only tool to solve the problem. The idea is to have water in the center and plan our construction around it. And we have to have the willingness to actually reduce or increase our construction requirements based upon what the environment tells us. We have to be receptive. It cannot be something we plan our drawings, we say we need 100 rooms and that's our houses. No, 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 no. We have to say, okay, fine, this is what we want. But if the nature is saying no, instead of 160 is possible, we should be very happy because that is the sustainability that's coming in. And if you don't do that, everyone has his own greed or necessity, then it won't work, because it has to be a win-win for everyone. And the reason why it has to be win-win for everyone is this: it's all interconnected. It's a worldwide network, worldwide network. It's a network here of drainage and channels. So, said here, it's a very simple solution how to manage the stuff by having a low impact development. That's the key. Thank you so much. And if ever anyone needs help and anyone need guidance, I'm there to help, because this is the only way Himachal and hills Uttarakhand can be saved, through water harvesting, to understand the natural network, through low impact development. Thank you so much.